the apocalypse comes, beat me.
Do you want me to say it because you said it last time?
Sure.
Or do you want to say it so you can practice?
We'll do it together.
Okay.
In every generGAYtion, a podcast is born. We are your sley slems, Chase and
Beyza. And we're wearing the same outfits as last week because we're
recording. Hey, girl.
I'm so conscious of that. It's so
I just
annoying.
realized it. And you know what the worst part is I don't like my outfit tonight.
Oh, shut up.
No, like I'm just wearing pajamas and I threw on pants and I came over and I was like, it's fine. But I didn't realize we're like, visually, people will have that 2 times.
It's fine. Most people just listen, which, hey, slay. But, it doesn't hurt to go check out the YouTube video, okay?
It really doesn't. I'm also realizing that
Maybe
the phone
not
is
today.
unplugged. Should I plug the phone in?
Huh?
Should I plug my phone in?
Why?
Because it's not charging.
That's fine.
Okay, what if the phone dies and we lose the video?
Okay, yeah, you go ahead.
Okay.
I'll just keep talking. Hey, everybody, how are you? Hope you're doing so good. What?
I said I'm so sorry.
Don't be sorry. I'm just going to keep it going and say,
What episode are we doing?
we are talking today about nightmares. Speaking of, we're talking about Nightmares, season 1, episode 10. And we have the giggles because I haven't slept in days, and neither has Chase. And anytime I've been conscious, I have been under the influence. So I'm very...
It's not been a sober weekend.
So here we are. And I liked your booty shake. We're covering and queering Buffy the Vampire Slayer. Not one episode at a time, because this is a damn long show.
And some of the episodes, I'm sorry, don't hit. Speaking of episodes that don't hit, that fucking talent show episode, boring as fuck. I hated that episode.
Damn!
But
Really?
we're here to have fun. Yeah, no, I just didn't like it.
Let's get into it,
Okay,
because
great.
we'll catch you up on what we watched.
Yeah.
We watched Angel, which you can go back and listen to and watch if you have not yet.
Yeah.
Big, great episode. Chase loved it. We love it.
It's true.
We-
That was one of my favorite episodes so far.
Great. After Angel is I, Robot, You, Jane, where we meet Jenny Calendar.
Yeah.
This is the
She's
episode.
gorgeous.
Hot tea, hot.
So hot.
Yeah.
Okay.
Ooh, yeah. Mommy like. An iconic slay, techno-pagan legend, queen.
Techno-pagan, which, by the way, wasn't a thing. Like, Buffy made that up, right?
No, I think it was. I could look into it, but I'm pretty
would love to
sure
look
that's a
into it.
thing. Or was. I don't know.
Well, maybe we could bring it
I'm
back.
ignorant.
Maybe we should start a little CULT.
Huh?
Maybe we should start a little CULT.
C-U... Oh. I
A
was
little
like...
techno-pagan group.
C-U-L-T. That took me way too long. I thought you were trying to say like a Discord server, and I was like,
No.
that's like where my tech knowledge ends.
It really does.
Even there, I'm scared.
Oh, my God.
So we meet Miss Calendar. She would have, loved Discord if she was born in this century.
Yeah.
And we also meet an internet demon, aka your average Twitter user.
Yeah.
Just like literally someone who's been on Twitter for too long and
It's
like
giving
turns
chronically
into
online.
Yeah, absolutely.
I have to say that little demon was giving like Chthon Marvel vibes.
You think it was hot, huh?
Darkhold. It was kind of hot.
Yeah.
I hate to say, as
his robot era.
as a young queer person who discovered their queerness through online relationships,
Me.
not unlike Willow. Yeah,
My first like 2 relationships Tumblr.
right? Yes, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah. Hey, I
So-
get it. Hey, you know what? If anything, Willow is
Queer as fuck. She's so queer. She's so coded.
So I know the robot made you H word. I
Oh
knew
yeah,
that.
he looks good.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
And I'll save that for the end. Never
Okay.
mind.
So one thing
One thing. And
that
then we'll
I want to
stop.
say about this episode, the robot Wobot,
Wobot.
is Willow. I just noticed this. Willow has a printed out photo of her and Giles in her locker. And it made me want to cry.
That is so incredible.
Because what the fuck?
That is so cute.
Was
I
that
think
like
it's
a
because
thing?
it's the first teacher that she met that like has given her permission to really embrace her. I think she looks at Giles and is like, oh, I can be smart and cool.
Yeah,
I
for
can't.
sure.
I don't have to choose.
I know, and yeah, that made me want to cry. I also noticed that Buffy has 2 different birthdays in her school files.
No way.
Yeah, I took
That's
pictures of them. She has 2 different birthdays, and then later on in the show, she has another birthday. So I'm like, what is Buffy's birthday? I guess we'll wait and find out.
Does she have a birthday episode? Is there a birthday special?
What?
Does she have a birthday episode? Does she have a birthday special?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, great. Sorry, I got so distracted. There was like a bunch of buzzing in my headphones.
Oh no.
But we're back.
Okay, perfect. Yeah, and I think there's a very last thing I'll say about this episode. What?
I just had to settle that. There was so much noise in my headphones.
Are you okay?
I'm okay now.
Was it the robot? Wait, we have to stop talking about this episode. This is like not meant to be. Kind of scary.
Kind of hot.
Are you okay?
Yeah.
Because you said this in the last episode, I just want to bring it up that this episode is kind of like that campy, cool that you were talking about, but also very dark. Very dark.
Also, can I just say though, I love that robot demon is bisexual.
Right.
Representation matters.
Yeah.
And I really was, I just loved his ability to just sort of love everyone.
Love is love.
Love. And period.
Yeah. Love is love. Do you have anything else to say about that episode?
No, I want to get to the one
I feel like your computer is going to burst into flames.
The one with Slappy, I didn't like it.
Okay. Explain why.
I didn't like it because it was just like very boring for a very long time.
Yeah.
And then like, I'm sorry, I think I drew the line at dummies, but I was invested in the episode. I started getting invested in the episode once the gag happened. Once
the gag is fun.
The gag is super fun, and you can always count on Buffy for a gag.
Yeah.
And usually it's pretty dark.
Yeah.
And this one was like no exception. Like it's like this guy trapped in this, so I thought that was cool. For me, it took way too long to get there.
Yeah.
Like the whole time I'm like, because the whole time it's kind of like the witch episode in the way that like the whole time you're like, okay, well I get it. Like she's like a witch, you know what I mean? And you're watching everyone try to figure it out. And then there's a gag. Sometimes I just wish the gag happened a little earlier because I was just like, okay, I know this dummy is bad news. You know what I mean?
I agree with you. I agree.
Earlier.
But what we did have at the very beginning during that kind of drag period was Cordelia wanting to be the best at the talent show, which is so funny.
Yeah.
Count on Cordy.
Count
on Cordy. That's her campaign.
That is, I was just going to say, count on Cordy.
Count on Cordy. Yeah, I agree. Then you know what? Hey, that's why we didn't cover it.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah.
I feel like we could have talked about the robot episode, but
no, it's not that. It's not like, it's fun, but it's not like, there's a difference between like, there are just episodes of Buffy. Like the mannequin one for me was just like, not mannequin, the
dummy.
Yeah, Slappy. That one is like, it's just, that's an episode.
Yeah.
And then there's good episodes, like really solid episodes, like the I Robot You Jane, whatever. And then there's like great episodes.
Yeah, totally.
And season 1, episode 10, Nightmares, was one of those episodes.
And I think it's not even just that. It's just like I think it kind of adds onto the building blocks of like what Buffy ends up becoming in a way.
Yeah.
That's why I think it's important to talk about. I should ask some people who I know for some advice though, because I want to make sure we don't miss any.
I kind of love
bangers.
that though, because I don't really have that context, but it makes sense. And and I will say, from the episodes we do cover, I agree. Not, without knowing where she's going, I agree in terms of like it seems pretty formative, like especially this episode. I mean, coming face to face with Jeffree Star himself, like it's a very formative thing. I'm never gonna let that go. So if anyone has a problem with it, you leave a comment down below.
But do people know who we talk about? Because I feel like if I just was tuning in and heard Jeffree Star, I would think the creator of Buffy.
Oh.
But you're talking about the master.
No, yeah, he's the man who created Buffy is he who must not be named. The master is Jeffree Star.
Right. Gotcha.
But we can call him the master. I'm cool with it. I'm down.
Okay.
But for all the homies out there, when you hear master, really understand I mean Jeffree Star.
Okay. I just won't like this for a long time.
The master also has such a sexy costume.
Yes.
That like leather like trench coat, the way it hugs his back and his shoulders.
It's kind of Hellraiser.
Good. It's very Hellraiser. Absolutely.
It's giving. No Giles knockouts, but he does almost get his head chopped off.
And he does say, "Sorry, I was in the stacks."
In Nightmares, yeah.
Oh, sorry.
He was very, he was being a little sketchy this episode.
He was. Maybe him and Miss Calendar were.
Oh, in the stacks.
Bonking.
Nightmares originally aired May 12th, 1997. And, at the beginning, Buffy has a little nightmare of, speaking of nightmares, okay, Buffy has one. It's about going to the Master's lair and getting choked by him.
Come on!
Someone helped this man's nails.
Yeah.
Bad
nails. Bad
They
teeth.
were like almost falling off. Oh. Ew. It was so hard to look at. It was.
I also love how like
Jeffrey.
I almost said Daphne. I'm sorry. I watched Scooby-Doo 2 this weekend.
No one is gonna know who we are talking about.
Yeah, I'm so sorry. Deepest apologies.
Right.
Buffy's mom, clearly Joyce, like lives in the room with her because anytime she has a nightmare, it's like the next shot is like Joyce being like, "Are you okay?" And I'm like, "No, time to run down the halls."
Right.
You just.
Yeah. Well, she apparently was screaming. Right.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. She's been screaming her a
Mama
lot this
came
episode.
running.
The Vecnometer in this episode is off the charts.
Right. Oh.
It's giving Vecna.
Kind of good.
Yeah.
Kind of good. Buffy wakes up and she's excited to spend the weekend with her dad. And Buffy kind of confides in Willow that she thinks she might have something to do with her parents' divorce, which is very sad.
Very sad. And also, like, I have to say, Willow's outfit. Sorry. Willow's outfit, favorite one. It was like this dark brown green top, and she had like a little dark green like choker with like little silver like studs or ruby like a rhinestones on it or something.
I love all of Willow's clothes.
I kind of do too.
I just like think they fit her. You know what I mean?
She
like
wears them really well.
She like whenever I say, this outfit is cute or whatever, sometimes I'm like, oh, I would want to wear that, or I think that's cute, but I think it just matches the character really well.
Yeah, for sure.
And she's just
I love Willow. I do.
I love her so
badass.
much. And we're at school, and Sunnydale High. There is always something going on there. Something's happening. What's happening? I don't know. Anyway, it's almost as if nightmares are becoming reality.
And this is when my Xander and Cordelia ship started.
Right.
I just loved it.
Yeah.
I love it.
The dynamic is good.
The dynamic is so good.
Yeah.
Because he means so well, and they're both kind of dumb. And I just want them to kiss.
Right. And this is the episode you get a little H word for Xander. H for X.
Yes, this is H for X.
Okay.
I just think. Let's see if I had a note on that at some point.
I know what it is. Let's wait.
Okay.
Because I know what it is. Because I kind of agree.
Great.
So yeah, the master is explaining to Colin how much he loves fear.
Is the kid's name actually Colin?
Yes. Isn't that
insane.
everything? Do you think what we do in the shadows did that on purpose?
100,000%. 100,000%.
I don't. There's no way.
I mean, I will say, I don't know where the Anointed One goes in terms of all of Buffy lore.
Yeah.
But I would say that if Colin, the Anointed One, is a big deal in Buffy, big picture, long-term wise, then yes, it's reference. It's in reference in What We Do in the Shadows.
Okay.
But if he's not a big part, then no, probably not.
Okay.
But I mean, like a little baby Colin, like who's like this like harbinger of
I wish he was
darkness.
bald. Oh my God. That'd be so fucking funny.
The Anointed One?
Yeah.
I love that. Well, also this kid in this episode that like Buffy keeps seeing.
Right.
I thought it was baby Joseph Gordon-Levitt for a second.
It kind of looks like him.
It kind of looks like a little Joseph Gordon-Levitt.
But there's no way.
No. I mean, there's a way, but I don't think it was him.
No, I think he would have been a little older at that point.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. It's
but
97.
I see it. I know what you're saying.
Yeah.
Yeah, so they're talking about fear and how sexy they find fear. And Buffy is nervous about being picked up by her dad after school, and her mom, Joyce, calms her down. Very sweet. Love them so much. And yeah, at school, Giles gets lost in the stacks. Whatever that means. And we kind of like assume something is happening to him.
Yeah.
Because I think it is.
But do you think it's that he was just, can he not read at this point and he's having nightmares, or do you think he was checking his calendar?
Okay, checking his calendar. Come on, Slay. No, I think he actually was just like, whoa, what is happening?
Yeah,
I think he got a little
shift.
freaked out and like, but I'm like, if you're scared,
Oh, maybe he like literally got lost in the stacks.
yeah,
as in,
because
like,
he
couldn't
didn't know
read
where
his
he
way
was.
out.
Yeah,
Got it.
he wasn't checking his calendar.
Girl, I wish he would.
But maybe not with her,
I love
but
how my
maybe
ships
by
I'm really
himself.
starting to like pop out ships left and right. Like
Yeah, your mama ship,
mothership.
mothership. That's kind of good. Come okay. Yeah, so he's lost, and we get Xander's outfit. This is my least favorite outfit.
Oh,
he's so bad.
that shirt
so bad
is this is mine too. It is so ugly,
It's so
and it
ugly.
looks so bad on him.
And why is one button?
And why is it so wrinkly?
These are the questions.
Like it's like a bat. Yeah, just the one button.
the one button.
Oh,
I mean,
it's so rough.
if he didn't have the shirt and just had the undershirt and the pants, kind of slay. I but no, that's Xander. Hey,
You know what? Oh,
that's
yeah.
Xander. He needs an ugly shirt over his like kind of okay
it
outfit.
makes him. Okay, yeah, that makes him
Yeah.
him. I love that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I was gonna say if any Buffy people come to C2E2, we have to go together.
They literally are.
Which ones? Characters I
Charisma
know?
Carpenter, Cordelia. That might be the only one you know so far. But she's going to be
Do we
there.
go meet Cordelia?
I'm down. Do you want to?
Wait. I have to tell you, Gwendolyn Christie's going to be at Star Wars Celebration in London.
Oh,
I know. Mommy.
mommy.
I know. Okay, but wait. Maybe we go meet Cordelia. And maybe we make a dupe of that dress.
Dupe. Cordelia Dupe.
Cordelia dupe?
We both show up in the
In drag,
dress.
yeah.
Oh my God. She would never understand
She
what
would
that
never
means.
understand, but maybe she doesn't have to understand.
Yeah,
Do you know what I mean?
maybe it's for us.
Maybe it's for us. We just
Hey.
wear the same dress. She's like, oh, you guys are wearing the same dress. And we'll
Yeah.
be like, yeah, but hers is like, we're like, hers is like a free trade
Hey.
agreement or whatever Julia says.
Hey, I'd be kind of down.
I'm just saying.
Let's talk offline.
Okay. Yeah,
Speaking of Cordelia, she kind of pops in, and before that there was that creepy spider. Creepy spiders. Don't like that.
Oh, yeah.
Don't like
This
that.
episode must have been hard for you, too. There's a clown as well.
I know.
I thought the second I heard the
And
giggling,
that
I'm like,
clown
oh,
was.
Beyza.
Well, we can talk about it, but that clown was fucking scary.
It was really well done.
Yeah, very well done.
Like,
the
that could have been
spiders-
like stupid and silly, but it's actually kind of freaky.
The
Good.
spiders were gross, but I was like, okay.
Yeah.
But the clown, girl.
But what a great that
I
whole
was
thing
shitting
was
it.
such a great introduction to this concept of that guy being like, yeah, well, I've had this dream before, but once I saw everyone else screaming too.
Yeah.
This episode was really something for me that highlighted the creativity of Buffy and
Mm-hmm.
the creative potential that I might not have necessarily seen to this extent until this episode.
Yeah.
Where I'm like, damn, this is like what Ryan Murphy was doing
Wishes.
and everyone thought it was original. Do you know what I mean? Like there's something about it that's very like, AHS-y.
Yeah, totally.
It's great. Really fun episode.
Yeah. This was really scary was when Cordelia was like, we have a history test. Like, what are you doing? We have to go.
I wrote, that was the scariest thing we've seen this whole season.
Yeah, absolutely.
I hated it.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Because the amount of times as a full-grown adult, I still have dreams like that.
Yeah. Yep.
What's that about?
My dream, I always have the dream where like, I'm more like Willow, where it's like, I get the dream where I have to go on stage and I have to like perform.
That makes sense though, for you.
Yeah, but I gotta say though, that shit with Buffy was the scariest thing. And then her pencil breaking. on top of all that, I was like, oh my God. It was
I
so
know.
bad.
And she hasn't like even filled in her name or anything.
Yep.
But I do love this Cordelia outfit. It's very Cordelia.
It's cute.
It's very
super
cute. I love the pants. I love the stance.
I love the pants and the stance.
I love the
She
ascot.
kind of has a Jennifer vibe from Jennifer's Body.
That's why I love her so much.
Doesn't Cordelia have
yeah,
a little
hot
bit of
mean
that
girl,
energy?
hot
Yeah.
mean girl, but like there's something deeper.
Yeah, and like could be a succubus.
Yeah. Oh,
Cordelia could be a
Yes.
succubus.
totally.
Please tell me that's an arc in this show.
Yeah. Well, maybe. Yeah. Well, maybe. And then there's like a little break in the day at school, and this girl goes smoking in the basement. Smoking kills. I loved that sign.
It
There
was
was like
so
the
good.
sign where
It was so
when she was
good.
getting beat the fuck up by this man.
Who is kind of like a Jason Voorhees
Yeah.
mixed with
Nosferatu?
Yeah.
But he's saying lucky 19. Okay. Whatever that means. And of course, Buffy and Giles are on the case. They go see this girl in the hospital and is like, what the fuck happened?
I love the way that she was giving mother again, like Buffy really does have this like maternal, like nurturing energy. The way that she's like talking to that girl who
she's
was
just she's good with people.
She's so good with
which
people.
is so important to being the Slayer.
Yeah.
Like you have to care about people and like be a good person to like do this job for nothing.
Yep.
But
100%. I also love that one of Giles's nightmares was not being able to read. Like that is so fucking cute and nerdy. Like he's like, oh, I have this nightmare that I can't read. I'm like, oh my God, I love
could
you.
cry.
You love reading
Like I
so
actually
much.
could cry.
Also, SMG acting.
Her
acting.
It's so good. I mean, she's so good. And we also learn about Billy, who has been in a coma with the same, you know, kind of thingy. MO. Yes. So yeah, Giles doesn't know how to weed and I want to cry. But he did find a newspaper with a picture of Billy and we kind of learn about whatever happened there. Later on, Buffy's dad shows up.
Like brutal. Like I knew the second the dad showed up, I was like, oh, this is going to be so bad.
And this man, Hank Summers.
Oh, is he like a character?
Well, you realize that he's not really in the show, right? Well, that's because he's not really in Buffy's life.
Right.
And it's not because of this. It's just because, you know, he's Hank. But he's mean to her. He's really mean. And
I hated seeing her so sad.
Her crying, I mean, she slayed.
Yeah, she really did do good.
She's such a good cry. I mean, weird to
she's
say,
a
but
good
like,
crier.
she's so good at like conveying that emotion.
Yeah, you saw how hurt she was.
Yeah, and I think it takes a good amount for Buffy to cry, I would say. So it means that was really hard for her, obviously. Yeah, very sad, very sad.
I'm telling you, the Vecnometer.
Yeah.
It's so Vecna.
It very much is. Xander and Willow show up in the library and they realize that all these mishaps are based on their nightmares, which seems to be, you know, coming true for everybody. And we get this shot of Cordelia looking in her school mirror and her hair. That's my slay. You know what? That's my slay.
That is my slay.
Yeah.
And not like my favorite thing about it is like she's not only like her nightmare isn't only just like having a bad hair day.
Yeah.
It's having a bad hair day that turns her into a nerd.
Yeah.
Like it's such a bad hair day that all of a sudden she's wearing a bad outfit and then all of a sudden the nerds are making her go to chess club. Like I love how all consuming it is. It's not just a bad hair day. It's like she's deeper than that.
No,
it's being
deep.
turned
and
into a nerd.
And that kind of makes me sad because it's like that's sad because it's like sad. If one thing isn't perfect about her, she thinks she's going to like be that.
Yeah.
And like she's so scared of that. And that made me feel for her. I was like, damn, that is sad.
It's a good point.
Yeah, it just made me, I don't know. I'm like, girl, we love you. It's okay.
I love her. I can't wait to meet her in matching dresses. We have to find dupes of those dresses online.
Yeah, we'll find a dupe.
Not you and I. Wearing like ugly ass matching dresses at C2E2 just
paying
for a photo
$100 to get a picture
leaving.
with her. Yeah, so Cordy in the mirror, Slay Queen. Buffy finds Billy's astral projected body and the
asteroid body. Asteroid body.
Yeah, and they keep calling him the ugly man. I feel bad saying that, but like
I kind of love that's his name because it's like a kid, like the ugly man.
Yeah.
I don't know. I loved it. Yeah. I loved that name.
Yeah, Jason. Sorry, Jason.
No, it's giving Jason. That's
for sure. And they're trying to run away and keep themselves safe from the ugly man, and they somehow end up in the cemetery, kind of spooky. And Willow finds herself starring in Madame Butterfly and the opera. Oh, Willow.
Not her in Madame Butterfly days.
It was painful.
Painful, for sure. But painful. It was her nightmare, so.
Yeah, hey, and it sounds like a big nightmare.
It does sound like a big nightmare.
Meanwhile, Xander is being chased by a clown.
Okay, I have to say, first and foremost, why was there a swastika on the wall?
What?
There's like a swastika on the wall when he like walks in.
Ew.
It's like red spray paint. And for a second, because he makes it, there's so many, okay, Nazi. I'm like, can I say?
Yeah.
There's so many Nazi like references in this couple episodes. Like the episode
Really?
before. Yes.
I remember he said
it's like,
that.
there's not Nazis crawling over my face.
Yeah,
They're just
yeah.
spiders. But then there's also there's also an episode before this where like the guy was when like the demon was like taking over people's like computers and stuff like that. And the guy's like something like basically was like he's reading his essay back to himself and it said that Nazis were like good people. And he's like, I didn't write that. And I'm like, why are there so many?
I don't know.
Fucking Whedon. Like, it was just weird. Okay, but on a more lighthearted note, when he's eating all those chocolate bars, Blake was walking by as I was watching the episode, and he goes, "Oh, I love these bars." And Blake goes, "Me listening to Nicki Minaj." Like, with no context, like, Blake just hears, "I love these bars." He goes, me listening to Nicki.
You know what? I hate gay people. I do. Sure, I do. I do.
God, that was so fucking funny.
That is so funny.
Oh, I love these bars. Go off, Nikki.
God. Me about Taylor Swift. Sorry.
I can't believe you even said that. Like,
Wait, is he without pants yet?
No, but I wish he was. Never mind. Pantsless for longer.
Was that when you got H for X?
That was definitely a moment.
Because he's hot. He's
getting hot.
He's hot.
He is hot.
Physically, he's hot.
He's hot, but also like character. But there's also character wise. Like I think I just liked how like I don't know. I think he's becoming more supportive. And you know what it was? It was the hyena episode where he was just like so.
Like that one.
I didn't. But the little stinger at the end where he like told them that he doesn't remember anything, but he remembers everything he did. And Giles is like, I never saw like that you lose your memory. He's like, well, don't tell them that. Like, I don't want anyone to think that I remember everything. Like, it's just like, there's something about, he's sweet.
Yeah.
He's a sweet boy. He might be an idiot sometimes, but he's a sweet boy.
He tries with what he has.
Yeah, and I love him. I don't know. I'm starting to really like him.
We learn about his life at home.
And he gives that vibe already. And I don't know. I think there's also, I think what's happening too is there's a little bit of a Styles Stilinski vibe from Teen Wolf, which Dylan O'Brien. There's something happening there for me, but he's starting to become my little himbo baby. I know. Talk about a flip flop.
Yeah, but it's still fun to make fun of him. You have to.
Yeah, for sure.
You have to humble him.
He
humble the himbo.
No, humble the himbo because if Xander isn't humbled, then he is no longer an endearing himbo.
Yeah, I agree. 100% agree. So
I love these bars. The clown.
The clown's scary.
Scary.
That's how I feel when I see a gay person. Yeah. So he is being chased by a knife wielding clown. It's a lot. And back at the cemetery, the master buries Buffy alive.
Okay. So, and do we think that was really happening? Yes.
Yeah, because technically the dreams are becoming reality. So, like, if something. Right?
Yeah.
So something happens.
No, I like fully think that I mean, I don't know because I haven't watched past this episode yet, but I like the idea of like the master being like, wow, I was outside of the Hellmouth for like 5 minutes because she was that scared of me and because this like thing, this, this psychic break in reality allowed for it to happen.
Right.
I love that. I don't know if they'll go there, but like I would love that specificity because I would love to acknowledge that like they have met face to face. That's how they met face to face.
Yeah, that's their first
kick
time.
Her ass. Do you know what I mean? Like I love that. And he got to be outside the Hellmouth for a second. Like I love that.
Yeah.
So we'll see.
We will see. And later on, Xander actually punches the clown in the face, which. Solidarity.
Xander writes, I really was like, I felt
seen. I felt represented. Such a brave Representation matters.
Punching clowns. I think that was also a moment where I'm like, oh my God, Xander's like so, like he is growing. He's a grower.
He's a grower.
We cannot say that. We cannot say that. He grows. There's growth. There's
growth.
Emotional growth. And I just love that he was like one of the first people to turn around and like face his fears. And I just find him, he's turning into like a cutesy wootsy little pootsy for me.
Okay. Love to hear it. What I don't love to hear is when Willow and Xander and Giles find Buffy's grave and Giles kind of like reveals his biggest fear, which is not being able to read, but it's letting Buffy die.
Yeah.
When he has this responsibility towards her, and I could cry.
It's so good.
Yeah, it's just he's such a good actor, and it's very well like presented. Buffy crawls out of the grave as
Darla.
Yeah, her biggest fear.
Darla looking ass.
I know. Blonde vampire. Darla. Is she serving?
No. She's serving. I love that she's like this like overpowered vampire slayer though, because she's like part vampire, part slayer.
It's
like,
kind of everything.
It's kind of everything.
Yeah.
I love the overpower. I love the my little things. I get very excited.
Your little things?
I get very excited because then I'm like, oh my god, wait. Maybe if she stays like a vampire, then her and Angel can be together.
Oh my god, Chase.
Toxic.
Toxic.
Totes toxic.
So toxic. Well, I don't know about all that, but they decide that this is once and for all. They have to figure out what's going on.
They gotta get to the bottom of this, y'all.
They gotta get to the bottom of
the
Billy.
Master of the house is outside of the Hellmouth, and Jason Voorhees is still at large.
At large. Oh, also so funny when Giles like just tells Willow to shut up is so funny to me.
Wait, when does he do that?
It's very quick. It's like when they're going to the hospital to find Billy. And Willow's like, and then Giles is like, shut up. Like, please just shut up.
Shut up.
It's so funny to me. I just love the dynamic.
Shut up. I'm on a roll. Sexy,
Okay, bars.
lose control. Trisha Paytas bars.
My favorite kind of bars. And in the hospital, they find Billy's asteroid body near his comatose body. And the ugly man finds him. And Buffy fights him as a vampire, which is so sick.
Sad. That's why I'm OP Vampire Slayer. I love that.
I do love it. I can't lie.
She's been a vampire and Vampire Slayer.
Yeah, it's like she's non-binary.
That is that exactly. She refuses to be.
She doesn't fall in the binary.
Yeah.
A vamp. And
vampires and vampire slaying is a spectrum.
Binary. The binary. I have to keep
write
going.
It down.
After knocking,
you have to write a dissertation, Mama. I'm looking for that essay.
Let me look at that essay. After knocking him out, she forces Billy to face him.
And literally, like, take his face off, by the way.
Yeah, right.
He just, takes off his face. Did you notice that?
Yeah.
He just takes his face off. Like, it wasn't a mask.
She snatched. Oh my God, snatch game. Oh, being gay is a disease.
Billy won the snatch game.
Billy won the snatch game.
That ugly man's face.
Yeah, he wakes up and everything's slay, back to normal, iconic. And Billy's little league coach comes through the door, and it becomes very obvious that he is the inspo for the ugly man because this grown-ass man beat the shit out of a little kid.
Like, that's the dark Buffy twist.
That is insane.
That's insane.
This man beat the shit out of a kid because he lost a little
Not only
league
beat the shit out of him, put him in a fucking coma.
And he probably was going to check on him to make sure he wouldn't wake up because obviously now he's in prison.
Or if he wants to be there the second he's awake so that he can like gaslight the kid into thinking that maybe nothing that didn't happen.
Or like kill him. Or like actually
finish the job.
Yeah, who knows? I mean, psycho.
God. Oh my God. It was so gnarly. Because literally I wrote in my notes, I was like, did that really happen? Because like they like insinuate it, but in a way where it's like it's so dark where I'm like, oh, they can't be.
Well, because he tries to run away and Xander kind of grabs him.
Again, moment of growth.
Yeah.
That man is really starting him.
Interesting. Ew, I'm so scared to see where this goes.
The last thing I have to say about Xander, he basically came out as a monster fucker at the end of the episode.
Right. Okay, making him more your type.
That's what I'm saying. As a recently out and proud monster fucker.
Willow's like, be honest, did you still find Buffy hot when she was a vampire? And he was like, I'm sick.
Yes.
Is that how you feel?
I am a sick monster fucker.
Yeah, totally.
I loved that. I was like, oh, thank God. I said,
at least he knows he needs help. And I don't think you're there yet, but it's okay.
I'll get there. No, proud monster fucker writes, and Xander is our spokesperson now. Representation matters. Rep mats.
And that's the episode.
And that is it. That's the end of the episode.
And what did you think of the episode, Chase? Did you like it? Did you hate it?
I loved it. This is like this is my top 3 of the whole season.
What's your top 3 so far?
Honestly, my top 3 are probably this one.
Angel,
and
what happened?
I just my brain. I need to look at a list. But you know what we'll do at the end of season 1? We'll do like a top 3.
Yeah,
breakdown
I think
of,
that's
like,
a good
what
idea.
Our favorite episodes are.
Yeah.
But this episode, Nightmares and Angel, have been in my top 3 for sure.
Yeah, I think we could definitely do like before we jump into season 2, we could do like a recap of like what we learned.
Retrospective. Maybe that's when we bring on guests.
That could be fun.
So we can have like a consistent way to do it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Who knows?
Who knows?
Maybe like the top and end of each season.
Yeah. Top and bottom. Our next episode, we'll be talking about season 1, episode 11, Out of Sight, Out of Mind. And that'll be out on March 8th. And, you know, March is a very special month in Buffy time. Because that's when the first episode of Buffy premiered was in March.
Oh, yeah.
And we'll be finishing up our season 1 coverage in March. So that's fun.
I love that. First of all, do Buffy fans have a name as a fandom?
Yeah, Scoobies.
They're Scoobies?
Yeah.
Do the Scoobies do anything? Do they celebrate Buffy any time of the year for any reason? Are there any in-universe, like, anniversaries or, like, parties? Or are there any, like, or, like, in March, since it's, like, sort of a Buffy
I think March
time?
is pretty widely celebrated.
Okay.
Yeah. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. Okay. And Pride Month, because, hey.
Pride Month.
You ever heard of it?
March?
No, I said and Pride Month. Like in
so Buffy is celebrated in Pride Month?
I celebrate Buffy in Pride Month.
Wait, I love that. Okay.
Yeah, we're all gay.
So that means that there's definitely some gays in the show.
Thank you so much for watching, listening.
Oh, wait.
What?
Blake gave me a teaser. Blake never has seen Buffy. But apparently he's seen like an episode or two.
Huh?
Because I don't know, he goes, this is all he says to me. He goes, have you seen the one with the whispering people? And I was like, what?
Bitch.
And he goes, there's like these like floating things that like tell secrets or something. And
he
he says they're so scary.
You have no idea.
Okay, mermaids.
And you won't until season 4.
Damn.
Thank you so much for,
Thank you.
consuming this.
For watching on YouTube or for listening on the podcast. We really appreciate it.
Yeah, and let us know what you think about this episode. Let us know what you want to see, hear, watch, smell, taste, chase. Anything else?
If you would like to connect with us, you can do so in the comments on YouTube. You can do so on Twitter at FearQueersPod, at Instagram at LGBTQVHS, or our Gmail, FearQueersPod@gmail.com. FearQueers
at gmail.com.
At gmail.com. FearQueers@gmail.com.
Yeah. Call now.
Call now.
And
that's what we need. A landline.
You can do that on Anchor. Don't do it because I don't want to listen to it.
I'll work on it.
But yeah, maybe next time.
What if like a Buffy hotline?
Buffy 1-800
And then we
slay.
can play people's like thoughts on the episodes in our episodes.
Oh my God, 1-800 slay.
It would just add a lot to the vibe of like call me, beat me, or whatever. Beat me when the apocalypse comes.
That hasn't even happened
also,
yet.
No, that line happened.
It did?
Yes, it happened.
When?
It happened like 2 episodes ago. I clocked it. I didn't write in my notes, but as she said, she's like, call me. It was during the hyena episode. Something random. She's like, call me if the apocalypse comes. Or it was during the cyborg one. It happened for sure. I watched her do it.
Okay.
So and also adds to like the 90s screening calls vibe.
Hey, you let us know what you want to see, okay?
Well, yeah. If you want to hear your voice on the pod, I don't know. I just would love that. We'll talk about it later, and we'll let you know about Cordelia meet and greet. Candace,
we got to talk about that. What?
What's her name? Stacy. Candace Stacy.
Candace Stacy
it's her
Lynn.
name.
Charisma Carpenter.
Charisma?
Carpenter.
Her first name is Charisma?
Yes, and she has it. We have to go.
She really
Until
does.
next time.
Thank you.
Slay. Oy, oy, oy. She's going to get a restraining order on us.
If the apocalypse comes, beat me.